Kia ora koutou, Liz here from Akohiko. Just wanted to walk you through a few ways of making a class website, a team website, and if you've got years 5 to 8, you may want to make an individual student website as well. So I just want to talk you through those steps. First of all, here are a few features of a great class website. They're great for visibility now that we're not blogging anymore. So it's great to have a way of the learners accessing their work, and also whānau and ainga being able to access work as well. The good thing about embedding things into a class site is you don't have to keep updating it. It updates itself as you make changes on the doc or the slides or the spreadsheet itself. So I've got some examples here of a team site, a class site, and a student site example. But first of all, I'll just show you how they all fit together. So starting with the team site map, this can be linked directly from your school website. They can parents and learners can go into the team website, and you might have your main navigation menu, and these might be some of the headings that are on that page. Here are some ideas for the structure of the things that can go on each page. And having a shared team approach to cyber smart learning is a good idea as well. And I can always update those websites if I have access to them. One thing that's imperative for website documents is to have a folder within your Google Drive that is just for things that go onto the website. So you might have a folder that's called site documents or site items, and that's where you're going to put in whatever slide decks or documents or things that's going to be beamed up into your Google site. In that way you can make that whole folder the privacy settings set to anyone on the internet can view, and that means there's nothing that is held back from sharing with the outside world. For example, if someone wants to share it with their nana who lives overseas, or parents might not be able to access certain work. So it's just to make sure that the link when we publish our site is not, it can't be searched on a browser or Google. So we make sure that setting is toggled on, but anyone with the link should be able to see exactly what's on the site. And the class site can be linked directly from the team site. And same again, there's some ideas for what can be on each page. And making sure that everything is embedded, so the calendar stays embedded so you don't have to keep on updating it. And here's an idea for an individual learner site, which are then linked onto the class site. I'll show you some examples of those now. So here's an example of a team site. And as you can see on the home page here that we're on here, we'll embed our team calendar. We might embed our daily notices, and that could be on a spreadsheet as well, with tabs across the bottom with different notices for each week, so you don't have to update it. And down here might be your classes with links that the learner or the whānau can just click on that link and get to the class. This might be something, these are basically the pages that were on the previous piece of information. So while we're here, let's pop into one of the classes. So as you can see, within a few clicks, I can have gone from the school website to the team website and now into a class website. Here's a little bit about the class. We can have our table here, we can embed it. The Learn, Create, Share approach is a good idea for sharing accessibility to your different curriculum areas. So for example, you might embed the slides for the week maybe the must do can do's or the independent mahi or anything like that for reading, where the learners can actually launch that themselves and see what they've got to do for the week. The same might be for pangaro, or you might have just specific slides for something particular working with that week. So that can work for anything. And then maybe in your whānau portal, you've got some home learning goals, or you might want to embed a Google form for contact. Within our work, for younger learners, you might want to take photos of their work, or you might have access to a piece of writing that they've done that you can write up and showcase that. For older children, I think from years 5 to 8, it would be good to see individual learning sites embedded. So let's have a look to see what that looks like. So these are just created with buttons. This is easy for the learners to do as well. So this is where I would just insert, for example, just a button and whatever the name of the child is, and then the link to that. And they may have, they will have shared their learning site link with you. So you just have to copy and paste that link into there and add it to your class site. So if I go into this site, I'm going to see an example of the website that this child has set up for herself. So she's written a little bit about herself, might have written about her achievements, her strengths, her goals, her learning. So in here, she's embedded a Google Doc with her writing for the year. So this will be her narrative perhaps. This might be where she's writing about instructions. This might be an information report. And we're just using tabs there just to skim down. So it's one piece or one document that she's using all year. This could go from year 4 or year 5, but you could also add on year 6, year 7 and year 8, and it could carry on with the children through their schooling in Akahiko cluster schools. So again, there's some ideas for how to make a great team, class, and then individual learning site. If you'd like to know how to create those within your own school's templates, check out the handy how-tos on our CyberSmart website, and there will be examples of those there as well, and also a handy how-to of how to set up that Google Doc with the tabs if you're interested.